Share the video, share the video, share the video. We'll do some talking. Share the video. Facebook, I got no copyright to this music. Share the video, share the video. We'll do more talking. I got no copyright to this music. Facebook, don't block me. We'll do more talking. Time for politics. We'll soon start a talk show. But right now, it's time to dance. Facebook, no copyright. Facebook, no copyright, no copyright. Share the video, guys. Share the video. We're gonna do more talking. Okay, let me officially welcome all of you guys on this afternoon podcast. Actually, I don't know what's happening. Facebook wants to block me, but Facebook do not block this video because I've made a disclaimer. I've got no copyright to this music, but you know it's music from my days, so I just love it. And let me make one thing clear here. My voice is not too good. I've had some cold since the Christmas season from the celebrations and all the stuff like that. So my throat has been very bad, but I'm trying to get by my voice. So this afternoon, I just thought to come back again and try to do a little bit of talking. We cannot get tired talking because I think it's part of human beings to talk, and as long as you say what you want to say, as long as you don't offend other people, even if you offend other people, it's still your right to talk. But share the video, guys. Today I'll be throwing light on some of the rumors we're hearing about the breakup of the CPP, and some people think that it's disadvantageous to some group and it's also advantageous to them. But I will be looking at some of what we think about it. We do not have the remedy. We do not have the solution to anything happening in the CPP, but we believe that some of the things they talk or other people talk do not make sense. So we will just be throwing a little light on it, and we'll also be I'll also be a little bit critical of the Unity Party this evening because evening from Asa, and I guess early afternoon or early morning or late morning to in the US to you guys in the US. So a little bit of music again, and then we'll be going into our discussion. Okay, welcome back officially. Like I said, this evening from my end and this afternoon from wherever you are, or this morning from wherever you are, we'll be doing some little bit of talking. And Facebook, I've got no copyrights to any of the music that I play on this podcast. It's merely for fun purposes, and I hope you wouldn't block me for that. And so let's get back to business. And so, in recent time, we've been hearing about the breakup of the CPP, and the parties involved. Nobody has come out to. I mean, the leaders. None of them has come out to actually make the pronouncement. But we the supporters and we the um, laymen out there, we are the ones spreading the news. The CPP is going to break up, and some people think when the CPP breaks up, that's going to be advantageous to them, and the other people will be left at a disadvantaged end. And they say, "Oh yeah, we have the number, so the rest of you can go. We carry our number with us." Right? Everybody has number. I'm sure everybody that went in the 2017 election has somebody behind them. Nobody absolutely came from that vote with zero vote. And even so, if somebody came from there with zero vote, that person would have no, one person. Okay, and that one person would have been he himself who voted. Okay, so nobody actually came from the vote with zero vote. Okay, so to post that, you have the number, you have the that, you have the this. It's just mere, in my end, mere bluff. That's what I would call mere bluff. But whatever the case is, everybody's entitled to number, everybody's entitled to votes, and everybody's entitled to whatever they're entitled to in the elections. And so, um, this evening, from my end, like I said, I'll be talking a little bit about the CPP and the the rumors that it's going to break up, or some parties are already compiled their documents to submit their withdrawal from the CPP. And they feel that when they do that, then they will be at the advantaged end, and then the rest of the other parties will be at the disadvantaged end. But this is mere bluff, like I said. For me, this is mere bluff. And why do I say so? I already laid down the premise. I told you that everybody that went in the 2017 election, they had some sort of vote. If they didn't have even 10 votes, they have 1 vote. That 1 vote was that for that candidate. So nobody went into the election and came from there with 0 votes. So to be bluffing around here and to be still believing that people you have voting for you in 2017, 4 years ago, will still be the same group of people, and this is where I question the minds, the analytic position of some of these people who want to be leaders in the country. You had a group of people that voted for you in 2017, 4 years ago, and some of the people were old people. They might have died. Some were young. They might have still died. Some have been disabled, and some have even switched to other political parties. And you still, in your little mind, you still believe that you got vote, you got thousands, you got millions of people waiting for you. You think that those voters were like, your cattle, your private cattle on your farm, that when they voted for you, you just took them and went and tied them in your backyard, and time for the next election, you're going to go loosen them and take them to the pools, and they will vote, and then you bring them back again. So for me, it's just a mere bluff. But to hold on, to set the record straight. Hold on. Sorry, I've got companions here, so I just have to deal with them. But I will get back to you later, folks. Share the video. We're gonna have a great time this afternoon, talking about some of the things that matter in our political setting in Liberia, and so I'll be with you 1 second. Okay, get out of here. Go sit down there. Now, go there. Okay, so let's get back. All this talk about the CPP breaking up, yes. Any conscious mind will believe that the breakup of the CPP will weaken the position of the opposition to go against President Weah in the 2023 elections. And the reason is that each of the 4 parties that make up the CPP have numbers. They have number of voters. Okay. So if you hold the CPP together with those 4 parties, with their numbers that they got, that would be a big subtraction in the number of voters we have in Liberia. Okay, plus the independent candidates that will be in the race, that will be a big subtraction in the number of voters that we have in Liberia, and that will affect President Weah's ability, or the CDC's ability, to have a sweeping victory. Okay, rationally speaking, anybody would think that. But at this point where the CPP itself is now holding, and the people are saying that they're going to break away, fine. What happens? It also means that from the strength of a collective CPP, okay, from the strength of a collective CPP, if one party breaks away, that would be a subtraction from that strength, and that would be also a subtraction from the voters, the majority voters in Liberia. But the question is, how strong will each party that will break away be to contest against President Weah in the 2023 election? How strong will each party be? See, it's like you are in a town, and every one of you are supposed to go to war against another town, or in a country, and you're supposed to go against another country in war. And then instead of you all amassing your military forces together, you just sit down. Instead of you putting your military forces together, you divide it. Each man say, okay, I will carry my family as what? As a military force. So it means that no matter what you do, you're not going to succeed, because if everyone goes his way, okay, you diminish your strength. Substantial. You don't want to watch it. Go sit down. You don't want to watch it. Okay, then carry in the room. Go in the room. Carry in the room. Carry in your room. Do not come back here. Okay, sorry guys. These are the people in whose interest we're fighting, because for us, we almost gone Um, you know, we got generations to come. And so, like I was saying, if the town will divide itself into groups and say, well, we are me and my family will go for the war alone, what happens? You diminish your strength. You have no more strength as a whole nation. Okay, so the CPB breaking down, yes, it's good, but to whose advantage? Okay, it even gives President Weah or the CDC more strength, more courage. But I know one thing, I know that with the current situation and with the way that the current government has been, carrying on the affairs of the country over the years, there is no chance that President Weah can win very easily. It's gonna be a tough match. I'm not saying that he cannot win, but it's gonna be tough. Now, so if the CPB holds together, what is the advantage? The advantage is that they're gonna go as a group, as one group, and they can hold together and they can effectively win President Weah just like that. Okay, that's the advantage. That is the advantage. But the disadvantage is that when when they go as individuals, yes, their strength to go against the ruling party will be very, very, very weak. Their strength will be very, very weak. Now, some of these parties do not have money. And if they go against the ruling party that is already controlling the economy of the country, we got all the money. So the guys can say, wait, listen, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna put all of the money, we're gonna save all the money now. The people can go through the hard time for now. But come 2022, we start wasting all the money on there. You know the kind of voters we have in Liberia. A lot of them, are just waiting for that little handout, and then they will go. A lot of them are just waiting for that little handout, and you see them flooding behind the ruling party. Even though they are not been having good time, they are not been having good life, but they will decide that within that short time, like people let short time good, good time. That one day enjoyment, they will go and queue behind President Weah and they will win. Then afterwards, they will sit down and begin to regret. Okay, because they do not analyze most of the voters we have in Liberia. Some are very young, though they are of voting age, but they are young. When it comes to politics, they don't know a lot about it. And even some of the oldest ones, the older ones too, they don't even, though they have been living all these years, but they still do not know what affects them positively or negatively. So they will always make that wrong decision. They made the first wrong decision. They elected President Weah, and now they are regretting. Nobody actually put guns to anybody's head. The CDC did not go around putting guns to people's head and say, "Come and vote for CDC." People decided to do that, and when they did it out of consciousness. They felt that their conscience served them right, that we will do it. Nobody forced them. Nobody coerced them. Now, what are they doing now? They're seeing people regretting. Some of them are even leaving the CDC and joining other parties. So Liberians are very good at, making up instead of preventing. They are very good at, like, you will get hurt when you're actually going to get hurt if you go here. But they decide that we'll go there. When we get hurt, in case we get hurt, then we'll go back to find a solution. So this is the kind of people Liberians are. And and in this situation, Liberians will always make such a mistake. And we are on the verge of making another mistake. Now, this is where the Unity Party comes in. And I hear people boasting, oh, the Unity Party got no more. Yes, the Unity Party got no more. But Liberians are not far-sighted. Liberians are not far. If anybody had told, in fact, a lot of people said during the election 2017 that George Weah is not presidential material despite his popularity, and people defied that. And they said, yeah, we'll try him. We'll try him. Liberians are, to some point, Liberians, generally, they are like women. Women will always want to learn from experience. Women will never listen. You tell them, don't do this, they'll try it. They'll say, I'll do it. In fact, they are the bravest people. I mean, my mom is a woman. I got sisters, I got daughter. So women are the bravest. The thing you tell women not to do, they want to do. The moment you tell a woman, do not do this, she will want to do it. She will want to try it. So such are Liberian people. Now, Liberian people were advised to not allow George Weah to be president. And people said, no, we will do it. No matter what, we will do it. And they went ahead and elected President Weah. Fine, it's great. Okay? Now, so what happened? Just in a twinkling of an eye, in 4 years period, the same people who voted for him, they are now regretting. If even you carry them to the pool, now they will not want to vote for him. Okay? So they are trying to repeat the same mistake. And I will give you a scenario here with the Unity Party and the CDC. And sometimes we all, condemn the CDC government. We lambast the CDC government for failing the country. Yes, I agree. They have their own flaws. Let me be fair here. The CDC government have their own problem. CDC as a party, it has its own problem. George Weah as an individual who heads the CDC TK has his own failures, shortcomings, and what can I say? Human nature that is prone to mistakes and whatever. But the general thing here is that CDC unknowingly and very power conscious, they were used as well a sacrificial lamb in the 2017 elections. And this one will be too deep for people to understand. The conscious minds will understand, or the minds that can think will understand what I'm trying to say. But some people will not buy that. The CDC, I'll repeat again, the CDC, because they were so desperate, they have gone to election 2 times and failed, and this was their 3rd attempt. And that was the go and grab. So they were so put it the Liberian way, they were so able and anxious to become president. And so what happened? The Unity Party used him as well, sacrificial lamb. You will not understand it. I will break it down. I'll explain myself to you later on. Listen carefully. George Weah, in his bid for the presidency, he was so anxious, he was so uneasy, he was so restless. The CDC had gone 2 different times and failed. And Unity Party had gone 2 turns when CDC failed. Unity Party, in 12 years, they had some of the support. They have some of the greatest support that any Liberian government has ever received. To the point where our president became a Nobel laureate. And let me tell you, somebody think you're talking. You see, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, I will sit here. We, the citizens of Liberia that live in Norway, were very instrumental in Ellen Johnson getting that Nobel Peace Prize. Even recommend, not that we told people we okay her, no. Not that we recommended her, no. But when she came here in 2007, I still remember 2007 October, she came here. The reception that she received from we Liberians, I led a Liberian delegation to meet her. Even read and presented to her the statement by the Liberians in Norway. So the respect we show her, it gave the Norwegian people the courage to believe that this lady, Africa's first female president, was good. She could do the best. And they follow her profile. I mean, Ellen's own profile speaks for her. So we didn't even have to do anything to make her, shine, so to say. But in our weak ways, when we honor her in this country, the way she came, the way we received her, I led a Liberian delegation, like I said. We got to our hotel. We stood in our car in October. We stood outside for more than 3 hours. We were trying to negotiate to see our own president. When this president had been meeting with a lot of Norwegian people and she has retired that evening, she was in a hotel. And we have conglomerated in numbers, we Liberians. And we couldn't break through to see our own president simply because of protocol, because of some stupid protocol by one guy who used to call himself chief of protocol to her. I don't know, this Reverend Nuver. I don't know what is this Reverend Nuver, one Nuver, okay? And this guy made us to stand outside Every time I take a phone, because my people were like, oh, when you didn't make arrangement for all to see the president, why you're keeping us? And I was so stressed. And I was talking to my people and trying to negotiate in the bike. And this guy would tell us why he said that I came here more than 3 days ago. You didn't get in contact with us, with me, to know that there are Liberians there. And then when the president came, you want to come. Damn it. You do you imagine? So at one point, he and I had to clash on the phone. Until finally, there were a group of people who were going in and out to see the president. And these people, most of them were women. Okay. So while we were outside of the hotel, and the hotel management was so kind to us, they had to, because October is cold. Okay. So what they did was they had this tent. They opened the tent and they put some heaters under that tent, and we were there. And the rest of us were in the lobby of the hotel, in the receptionist area. Okay, I'm just telling you a story, relating your story. So then, after hours of negotiation with this chief of protocol to our own president, our president has traveled to a country where we live in, and we, as citizens, want to meet our president. And one Liberian guy who said his chief of protocol is blocking us or allowing the Norwegians to go in and out to see this woman. Until one group of Norwegians, some ladies, they saw us and they went in. Okay. And while they were there, I think some of them came out to do something, and then they went in again and they left us. They saw us standing still. So one of them asked, "But what are you guys doing here?" So we said, "Well, we came to see our president, but now, we can't go in." He said, "But who's stopping you?" He said, "The Norwegian." He said, "We said no. It's our own somebody there who is chief of protocol to the president." And this lady said, "No, this cannot happen, because such thing will not happen in Norway. The king, if you go to see the king, once you have good reason, you go through the security protocol, they will let you see the king. They ain't got to, nothing to block you." So this lady went in directly. She didn't even go to no protocol. She went straight to Ellen Johnson and say, "Your citizens are standing out there, and let me get this to the president, to former President Salih." She came down. She came down in slipper. She said, "What? I heard you people been waiting here." I said, "Yeah." So I went to her. I said, "Yeah, Madam President, we've been here for more than 3 hours." She said, "Why?" I said, "Well, there is one protocol, chief of protocol to you, who has been denied us to meet you." Oh, she was so furious. And she gave it to him right there. She said, "You can't treat the people like this. Okay, these are our citizens. If we come here, they have the right to see us." And this is how President Salih was with us for almost complete 1 hour plus. Even though she was tired from her business schedule that day, but she was with us for complete 1 hour plus. And in that Liberian group, there are people who knew her personally, and they sat and talked friends, like one-to-one. Okay. And when the Norwegian people saw that, they knew that this our president should be a good person. And these are some of the recommendations. These are some of the things that made President Salih to actually, fall on that nomination list for the Nobel Peace Prize. Either I'll take it from you. Go on, sir. Go. Okay, go in. I told you to go in the room. Okay. So sorry, folks. You gotta understand. We come from different places. Go. Wait there. You not come here. Go far away from child. So then, these are some of the things that made President Salih to actually fall on our list for the nomination. I'm not saying we did it, but just imagine that when she came to Norway, if we have amassed ourselves as Liberians and begin to protest against her while she was meeting with the king and other people, the Norwegian people will get conscious. They will get, what can I say? They will get curious. They want to know, why are the citizens protesting against this president that came? Sorry. But we didn't do that. We respected her. We show her honor, dignity, and pride. So when she left, what happened? They put her on a nomination list for the Nobel Peace Prize. And then she came back in 2011, 4 years after, to receive her Nobel Peace Prize here in Norway. I was in England. I was in Southampton studying. I used to be with this group, Radio LRB. They were in America. I still remember the guys, TJ Ben, and then Noko4. They call me because I used to, call them most of the time on that program. They call me. They say, "But my man, you're a journalist and you in Norway, and the president is going there." I didn't know that she was coming here for Nobel Peace Prize because I was in England. So I said, but I'm not in Norway now. They said, no, mom, but they won't come in. I think that important event. We want to relay. There were not many radio stations in Liberia and not the internet thing where it were not popular. So 2011. So then I had to fly from England, I had to drive from Southampton to London. With few guys, few Liberians are there. We all slept in one place early in the morning. We went to receive President Salih. And the king, they put her down. She was so tired, weak. But we managed to have some little program with her in London. And then I, along with a few other guys, we flew to Norway. And then the president came later on and narrating all the story to let you know how President Salih became recognized in some of these areas. So she flew to Norway. And I came. When I came, I was thinking, well, how can I, do this thing? I don't work with radio station in Norway. How can I, make this thing happen? On laptop. I didn't say anything else. Laptop. On laptop. ASUS laptop. And ASUS laptop was what I used to transmit that program for those of you who heard that program in Liberia. The Nobel Peace Prize for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I used it on my laptop. I went to one man who used to be the consul general for Liberia in Norway. One Norwegian woman, I will not call his name. He's really passionate about Liberian activities. I explained to him. He said, but me, I'm not journalist, so I don't know what to do. I said, no. The only thing I want you to do is put me in contact with the NRK. That's a Norwegian, like we have ELBC in Liberia, the National Broadcasting Corporation of Norway. Okay, called the NRK. So I said, just put me in contact with any of them. I'll explain to them, they will know. This is how this old man took his phone right in the office. He called. And then a lady answered. He explained to the lady said, okay, but let the man come meet me to the city hall where the program will be held. But let him come early enough so that the program was supposed to start at 11 o'clock. But he can kind of around 8 o'clock and he and the technicians from the broadcasting corporation will settle it because me too, I don't know anything. I said, okay, you're fine. At least we are breaking through. And so early that morning, around 7:30, I was at the place. The city hall. And when I met the guys, the police could not the police could not even let me go in because everybody that was supposed to go, that are supposed to attend the Nobel Peace Prize, they are in advance, recognized already, maybe a week before. They are giving tickets, they are giving passes and whatever. So I got there and I explained to the guy. I said, look, but here's the latest number. I'm supposed to be with the broadcasting team because this is my president. These are some of the things I will do for our country. And some silly people sit down in Liberia when we're talking, then they want to talk. Because some of them living there, they don't even know what goes on behind the curtain. That's why I'm saying this story. I'm not trying to give myself a pride or anything. Because it's my duty to my country to do that. So I was able to convince the police. I convinced the police guy, they let me in. It's just a police in the city, in the corridor. So when I entered the building, then I met the real security there. And the guy said, no, you cannot go in. You don't have a pass. But in fact, how did you get there? So I explained to them, I said, I will not come in here if I have not gotten permission from out. But this is my president coming to speak, and this is the first time it's happening for us. As a country, Liberia, and we are so proud. In fact, I'm a student. I don't live here now. I have not been in Norway for the past 5 years. Okay, I'm in England studying, but because I heard this thing, I had to just come last night to make it possible. I'm the only person that is depending on. If we don't do this, if you guys don't do this for us, the people in Liberia will not hear this program. The guy said, okay, well, do you know anybody going to? I say, yeah, yes, the lady's number. They call it Lily. Lily said, yeah, we're expecting him. I broke through, I went. When I got inside, then the lady sent me to the journalists and the technicians. So I went right to the broadcast stand where they should be broadcasting and stuff. Well, upstairs, it's I think I know how many story that I think fast story, but the program is always held on the first floor, and then on the balcony of the second floor is where all the got the broadcasting booths and for all the media, everything, the setup is there. So I went there. When I got there, the guy asked me, so how do we do this? And do you have a radio station in Liberia that relay? I said, no. but there is an internet radio station in America that I can correspond with. All I need to do is log onto my computer and get in on their website, and then if I talk, they'll hear me. If they talk, I'll hear them, and then they will also in turn relay it in Liberia, and people will get it. So this is how we try, and then I got in contact with DJ Ben and Noko4. And the program was able to be relayed in Liberia. This is how most of you in Liberia heard that program about Ellen Johnson getting her Nobel Peace Prize in 2011 in Norway. So this is the extent to which some of us go to sacrifice for our country, Liberia. And some people don't know. Okay? Some people sit there and only talk because they enjoy, or they in the government, or they getting somebody, they got somebody in the government that giving them something or something, you know, or because of blind loyalty. So when we talk, we got records to prove what we say. So the reason I gave you this long story is that the 12 years that the Unity Party government had in office, they actually had the opportunity to break through. They had the opportunity to sign very good contracts, to attract good investors to Liberia. They really had. Because what? This country has come from war just recently, and this was the first democratically elected president, number one, and she's a woman. You know, the white people don't respect women all around. A woman president? I mean, you should have received, you should have been here to receive the reception that Ellen Johnson received here. A woman president coming here. She had the support of all the women. And by the way, most of the big jobs in this country, or offices, companies are managed by women. If they do not own it, but they manage it. Women got some of the best jobs in this country. So these people, they were behind her. I'm sure when she came, the way we received her in 2007 gave the women in this country, the Norwegian, the opportunity to say, well, we can try this woman. That's how she received the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, the 12 years Unity Party spent in office, they should have attracted a lot of good contracts, a lot of good investments to come to Liberia. But the 68 concessions that they signed, I understand 66 were bad. Can you imagine? So the ripple of effect trickled down, it came down to Georgia government. Now, earlier on, if you recall, I told you in this podcast that the CDC government, because they were so anxious, they were used as what? Sacrificial lamb. I saw citizens, I saw Unity Party people posting the picture of a train, an electric train that is being, I think, inaugurated in Senegal. Senegal is one of the African countries to go to that modern technology. I must commend them. Okay. Something which Liberia is 100 years far away from. Myself, when I saw it, I felt my heart melted because these are the technologies that we have here. Okay, every year, can you imagine that every year the people change their train? You know, they change the train for common. I mean, something that we can't afford, that the people will get changed. It's like you got a neighbor who is changing clothes every day, but you don't even have one. So when I saw Unity partisans posting all the picture and condemning George Weah, for me, yes, I let to be fair. I was like, hell, wait, listen, is this Unity partisans? You expect George Weah to do all of these in 4 years? George Weah had all of his flaws. For Unity Party, because they had 12 years of mismanagement, 12 years of bad governance, 12 years of corruption, stealing, and misappropriation of state funds. They did not want any good government to come after them when they leave, so that good government will take on them, will try to chase the lootings that they did, probably to retrieve some of what they looted. So they didn't want to do it. So the patience with a hungry guy, one hungry broke former footballer like myself, broke. He was broke like Cheshire Rock, and he wanted to be president so much. So United Party said, well, look, listen, we cannot put good government, because if the good government can one, they will outshine us. Two, they will chase us for the loot. And so let's put one hungry guy. So they grabbed the hungry George Weah, broke the Chehara, and made him president. When they made him president, it's very simple. He will not change them. His eyes will be left. His eyes will be set on what was left in the coffers. That's exactly what happened. You see it? So they use the CDC or George Weah as a sacrificial lamb for the Liberian people. Now today, everybody say, on this one I can buy George Weah, number one. But George Weah was so he was not smart. Number one, George Weah came. He said the country was broke when he took over. Fine. If you know this country was broke when he took over, there was a government that you succeeded. What would you have done? Go after the government, the people in the government, follow the integrated institutions like LACC, the ARA, and all the people. Audit. It was simple. When you say go kill somebody, audit the people. You find, listen. What if as soon as I wonder, what if you are a father and you have something in the house, you got children, eating laws, what you do, and you need to find this thing. So you say because they are my children, so I will not ask, or I'll not try to check their pocket or something to see who got it. So George Weah is silent dormantly, and the first thing he admitted that the country was broke when he took away. Okay, and then he turned around and graded the ex-president 80%. Can you imagine? So like I said before, they use a hungry, broke, naive, and incompetent. You're telling me men actually to use on this guy. They took him and made him president so that he will be worse than the Unity Party, so that people will not pay attention to what the Unity Party did for 12 years. Okay? Now, so Liberian people made a mistake. And Ellen Johnson himself, you see, when the election was coming 2017, you could see how Ellen Johnson became friendly with George Weah. She even talking to Banga to go break ground for the Lofa Banga Highway. Two of them holding shovel and breaking ground. Simple thing. And that alone will blow George Weah hair. That, oh yes, I will be the president. So Ellen Johnson will go free. I'll not do anything to her. The Unity Party will go free. Now, but remember that in the Unity Party in 12 years, there were some people who did not have the opportunity to get what the rest of the people got, what the PP guys got. So, like I always say the political season started, how many times you hear all the big guys that are in the Unity Party who are way up there? How many times you hear them talking? You hear them pushing Unity Party agenda to become the next government? No, because the boss got a cut. But all tiny Unity Party things that did not get anything, they didn't want to come now because what they have seen that George Weah is corrupt, his government is corrupt, and so he did not go after the Unity Party after he came to office, and so they feel that when George Weah leaves office, sorry, they can also come and loot. But you see, what they're not calculating correctly is that if they come and loot now, say Unity Party comes and wins, and all the people, all the tiny Unity Partisans that did not get money before come and start looting. In their small minds, they think that they'll go free. They're not calculating, or they don't know that maybe there will come a government after them that will go after them. So let me tell you, all of you little tiny Unity Partisans, broke Unity Partisans that want to come back again and repeat why your people did, your big boss 1 and 2 did in the past government, you laugh. Because if you try anything, everybody out open now, you will be the real victims. George Weah will not be among you. Because why? You will be taking over George Weah. So United Party people who fighting to become government now, thinking that because George Weah stealing, or the first group of United Party people stole, and nothing happened to them, and George Weah stealing and nothing happened to him. So they want to come and see you laugh. You got your calculation is very wrong. Your calculation is wrong. If you try anything, if you win, you better be good government. But if you try anything, my friend, you guys will be the real victims. Because what? There will be a government that will come after you. And you don't know what will happen to you. So all of the stealing that Ellen Johnson government did, and all the one that George Weah did, that you people will bear the consequence. That you people will pay. Let me put it like Brian way, that you will pay for it. So you should be running up and down. For you have seen paradise Okay, Joshua is stealing, so and when we come there, we see nothing will happen to us. Don't try it. So Liberian people, do not be fooled. What United Party could do in 12 years, couldn't do in 12 years that they want to do now. What? Imagine at that time, like I said, Ellen Johnson government was a government of sympathy. Okay, not in the sense that that government was sympathetic, but people around the world were sympathetic to that government. They would give any amount of money to that government. They would do anything. Companies were willing to come. People, investors were willing to come. But now the way the country is, it's difficult. Nobody wants to come. Okay? Because they know that no good government is coming after the other. Okay? So United Party people, they think, okay, yeah, our people were there, they got rich, they left, but some of us we didn't get money. And those are the low level officials who are now pushing. Some were deputy ministers, some were assistant ministers, some of them were like, directors of agencies and whatever. And some of them were just mere employees, So now they are measuring. They already started counting the eggs of that chicken, or they start counting the chicks of the eggs, and that they're going to lay. I will do this because in the past government, the other minister did this one, and he went free. Look at what he got. Jovial Nanka, he doing it and see. So you will be the real victims of the Liberian people because they will condescend on you. You try any United Party come and win. You see, they will not even win. Let me tell you one thing. All they know is the making Liberian people are open. Except Liberians are not thinking. But you cannot. Look, if you allow one snake to boil you 2 times, then you stupid. Long time ago, I remember Chancellor said something. I never forget. In one of his, Chancellor was a good speaker, or he is a good speaker, extemporaneously. If you read a speech and give it to the brother, you will not read well. But when he's talking, you flow. He said one thing that I still remember. Adrian, carry this thing on that side. Adrian, go in the room. Hold on, guys. Let me put something on the control. Yeah, okay, we are back. So, like I was saying, Chancellor made a statement. He said, a first fool is not a fool, but the second fool is what? A damn fool. It makes sense. The first fool is not a fool because that was his first experience. But the second fool is a damn fool. Let me paraphrase it the other way and give you an analogy. Let's say you meet a woman, you the man. You brought all the sweet talk to the woman. The woman agreed to be with you. You and the woman started going on. You treating her bad. She get pregnant for you. You deny the baby. You do all kinds of things. And then the woman leaves you. Then you go back to this woman after some time. You used to beat the woman, all the soul master on her. You pregnant her, deny the belly, you treat her bad. Then after some time, you go back to her. You start to, wrap her again, like we say in the library, you start putting sweet talk. And then she agree to be with you again. When you go back, you start the same thing again. So what do you call that woman? That woman is a fool because the first time you fool her, she didn't know. So she was giving you a chance. Then you ill-treated her. Then she left you. And then you went back to her the second time to convince her. A wise woman will not agree because she will look at the scars on her body. She will look at all the ill treatment and she'll say no. But if she agrees and then you fool her the second time, then she's a damn fool. So that's what Charles Taylor said once. The first fool is not a fool, but the second fool is what? A damn fool. So Liberians, I know you don't want to be a damn fool. Excuse my language. Liberian, I'm not insulting you, but I'm just saying words. Liberians, you don't want to be what? A damn fool. You got United Party that came 12 years. I mean, that was the virgin days of Liberia after the war. That was the time where countries around the world were sympathetic to Liberia. I mean, you could sell Liberia very easily. Now, let me just give you another scenario. Why I say that those days, the early 2000, 2001, 2, 3, that was the day that anybody could sell Liberia outside there. You could hold Liberia there and carry and say, no, listen, you're bad my country. This country, we're suffering. You please help us. But now nobody can sell Liberia. And the reason is very simple. You know why? You know why it can't happen now? Because the international community knows that Liberia should have gotten on its feet after almost 20 years of the end of the war. No country in the modern age will still be dragging. Rwanda was there. Rwanda had genocide. I mean, a lot of men will say their war was even worse than us. Where's Rwanda today? Okay? During the time Unity Party was in power, that time anybody could go anywhere in the world and beg any government for assistance. Anybody would go to the UN, all of the donor agencies, and get assistance easily. Now, another example I'll give you. For me, when I talk, I always let to bring examples. Another example I'll give you, like for those of us who left our country to seek asylum outside of the country because of the war, what happened? When you came those days, the moment you present your case, oh, I'm from Liberia. Oh yeah, the people will go and check Liberia. In fact, they know. They check your profile and make sure that you are from Liberia, and they know you give them your story and they agree. You get paper. But now come from Liberia and come to seek asylum. They will ask you why you got an elected government. You've had two elected government. And everything is okay. Your country is among the Committee of Nations. They are operating like a normal country. So why are you running away from? Okay, you can't say Georgia chasing me. They ask why Georgia chasing you. Georgia, we get 4.5 million people like Georgia. Georgia are not chasing them. You alone. So you can't. There is no way. But in the early days, those days, the moment you can say, "Oh, I ran away from the war," the people will feel sorry for you. So nobody can feel sorry for Liberia now. So the days that Unity Party was ruling, that was a time for the country to have progressed. But for 12 years, they saw that because we came from war, it's understandable. We came from war, everything was damaged. So the people who keep in that government, they saw that time as the opportunity to get rich. And again, I'll ask you this question for those of you listening and watching. How many of the big guys that are in the Unity Party government you see advocating for the party now to become government again? No boss got a cut, no boss relaxing. Their money all in international banks. They're relaxing, their children in good schools, their family living because they got what they wanted. But the tiny Unity parties, partisans, those tiny one, those ones that were just, that were just at nominal level. They're the one now trying to come back to follow the footprints of their mentors or their ex-government officials. So you see, then they say that to hold it. Nobody, you see, but Liberian people are saying, do not be a fool. Number one, if the person fool you the first time, don't blame yourself because you didn't know. Let me just put it this other way again. I'll give the example about a woman, but let me do it. A BN come to you, and the BN can fool you and take all your money. And then the same BN can turn around and come to you again the second time. You think you take your money and give it to him? No, you will not do it. If you do it, my friend, then you are a damn fool. The one that Charles Taylor talked about. Charles Taylor said, first fool is not a fool, but second fool is a damn fool. Even the third fool is even a damn fool. So United Party led your country or rule your country for a complete 12 years. At that time, every country in the world would feel sorry for Liberia. They would dump money on them, and they damaged everything. They stole all the money to the point where they took our oil. Some countries in the world, like where I live now, they ain't got no resources, nothing besides oil. Only oil. And that oil they live on. This country, the future is built for the next 1,000 years. If oil finish today, the country can still live on what they have accrued from the oil for the next 1,000 years. But yeah, like bro, we found oil, the United Party government divided oil black and sold everything without you Liberian benefiting anything. The oil funds went missing. Your ex-president said she took responsibility because her son did it. Nothing came from inside. Yet when you make budget, you put her inside, you put money there for her. How much money Ellen Johnson doesn't have? Ellen Johnson won the Nobel Peace Prize. That goes for money. And what has she used that money for? For Liberians? No, nothing. She also won another prestigious prize, which goes, I think, $5 million. Can you imagine? And that's more money. And this is somebody who was president. Nobody audited her. Do you know how much money this lady got? That the government now will still make budget and put money inside for her for some women projects she's supposed to be running. Liberians, our problem is ourselves. Our problem is ourselves because we do not think far beyond. We do not think far beyond. Okay? Can you imagine that United Partisans will come back again and stand before Liberians and ask them that they want to be president or they want to be government? Can you imagine? Liberia, you should be asking United Party people, what happened to all the money you received? What do you do with them? All the money that we got during your rule, what became of it? But rather, you allow them to come and fool you for the second and third term, because voting United Party now will be given a third term. It's just different people now, and not totally different people though. But it's like you got two drivers in a car, and then one got tired, then he changed, and the other one can sit in the same car. That's what you want to do to Liberia. Give United Party a third term, and your suffering will continue. Now, Alexander Cummings, for me, is the one that we're supposed to try. I know by the time I say that, oh, that bad thing, but you do not understand. I'm not saying Alexander Cummings is a messiah. No, not like how people thought George Weah is, or not like how some people are saying that Joseph Boakai would do any better. Joseph Boakai, I respect him. That's a statement that somebody I could be proud to present to the world as our living statesman who has, served in government for so many years. I mean, he deserves that. He holds that under his belt. Nobody, absolutely nobody, unless you're not in your right mind, will deny that and will take that away from him. No. Nobody. But to still believe that Mr. Boakai will come and make any difference, it's ludicrous. It's like we're not allowing our brain to work. It's like we're not allowing our brain to serve us right. Why? Because this Mr. Boakai will not bring any new idea to the table. Let me tell you, Wani Moto used to play good football. But if you put Wani Moto and Messi then together now, the style has changed. During Wani Moto's days, they used to say 4 corner equal to 1 penalty. So that means if the ball is in your area and you play, every time you kick a ball across the corner line, in fact, they used to have corner throw. Now it's corner kick. But Wani Moto, they used to have both corner throw and corner kick. Now it's only corner kick. So they used to say every time the ball crosses the corner, the sideline 4 times, then it will equal to penalty. That doesn't happen anymore in football. So the rules are changing every time. The game is changing. The game is improving. So why would you want to bring somebody from the past who has one idea? And I'm an old man too. I'm not condescending on old people. I'm not condescending on Mr. Obaka because of his age. Because myself, I'm aging. But the point I'm making is definitely I will not look at my son or my daughter. Both of them are in their 30s and in this modern age and think that I can be like them. It's just different. No, energy wise, they are stronger than me. Um, mentally, they are still fresh, and nobody can deny that. Anything new is good. Joe Baka has been working in government all the time. He's not been president, but he went close to the presidency. He was vice president. Okay, he had tasted what it means to be president. So he knows he had not worked anywhere outside of government. Joe Baka knows. So all he thinking is within government. So whether government was corrupt, government is a corrupt institution. That all he knows that yeah, in this system where I've been working all the years, the only thing that can happen there is corruption. I know it. And there's another community on the other side. He had not worked in government. He's been in the corporate world. Now, you know, some people can say, "Oh, the man get experience." Coca-Cola job is not like. Let me tell you, government job. Nobody checks on you. Nobody checks what time you go to work, what time you sign out. Nobody knows. Nobody can have meeting with you every Monday or every midweek or every weekend. You don't make report to anybody. How many people Georgia may report to? Who all knows when Georgia can go to work? The ministers. Who do they report to? How many times they're supposed to write or report and present it to their bosses? They don't. But in a corporate world, it's your duty. You have to do it. When you go to work, you have to clock in. When you knock out, you have to clock in. They check how many days you work, how many hours you work a week, and pay you according to that. If you just be staying away from work all the time, you don't get paid. You get warning. But in government, it's not the case, especially Liberian government. So Joe Baka doesn't know some of those things. For him, probably going to work as a president or as a government employee is at your own discretion, because that's what happens in government. And this is a man who are only working government. Coming on the other side has been working in the corporate world where there is discipline, where you just don't do your own thing. Okay? So the two people who you think can bring real change. But a Liberian people will make mistake again and be fooled for the second time, then you will be the damn fool. I mean, that's a fact. You can't allow one snake to bite you two times at two different times. And then you go cry, "Oh, the same snake that bit me last time, it not bite me again." Oh. And you know the snake was in the hole here. When you put your hand there the last time it bit you. Then after some time, you go by, put your hand in the same hole and the snake bite you. Then you cry. So who you think you blame? You blame yourself. So Liberian people, long matter short, vote wisely. Give Alexander Coming the chance. If no, Coming is not coming to take your country away. No. You gave him this chance. If you feel that he cannot do the job, you still have opportunity to vote him out. But don't let in your own mind, let me tell you the thing with some of the Unity Partisans or with some of the Liberians. They know that Unity Party cannot deliver, even if you give them opportunity over and over. But they're like, we love the party, we love Omen Bwakai. So let them make, the thing that happened to Joria, the boy play football, so and the boy popular. So let's just give him the presidency. That's thing they're doing. Omen Bwaka was vice president, Ellen Johnson was president, and the Omen were not having voice. So let's just make the Omen president. That's why most of the people talking. That's why most of the United Partisans talking. Or the Liberian people. They're forgetting that they're making mistake. They will allow the same snake to bite them 2 times. And this trip is not a snake that is chasing you, but that yourself chasing the snake and say, can't bite me. When the snake give it to you, then you complain. So, Liberians, do not allow yourself to be bitten by the same snake 2 times. Do not allow yourself to be rated as the damn fool, because if you allow yourself to be fooled the second time, then of course you'll be called that. Okay? So, like I said, you have to vote wisely. Vote wisely, Liberians. Vote wisely. Cummings come from the corporate world where there is discipline. Cummings come from the corporate world where there is accountability. You cannot you cannot do your own thing. You cannot go to work when you want to go to work. You cannot, you know, you you just can't do anything on your own. So you have to use your vote wisely. You have to vote wisely. You have to fight for change. And fighting for change is not something that is impossible. It's really, really possible. But it takes determination, courage, tireless, tirelessness, and the willpower. And if Liberians will allow this opportunity to slip away, fine. But Unity Party has had its first and second term. What they couldn't really deliver at that time that you think they will deliver by now? What they couldn't do in that time that they'll do it now? Oh yeah. Uh, uh, have they created new? Have God created new set of Unity Partisans? New group, right? Anyway, I'm not feeling too well, like I said. I'll have to leave you now. But we'll be here doing the talking, and we hope some will fall on good ears. But just before I leave you, Facebook, I do not have copyright to this music, so please do not block me. I'm only playing the music because I love it. And so, just before I leave you, I would like to leave you with this music once more. It's a long time music, and I hope you enjoy it.